So, I don't know. This is just the anime I'm watching recently. I hadn't watched anime in a long time. I just sort of fell out of it. I feel like a lot of my friends were doing that as well. Just sort of stopped watching as much anime. They watch a couple seasonal shows or maybe a show here or there, but not that much. And recently, I don't for whatever reason, I've just started watching a ton of anime. I currently have seven. That's hold on. Yeah, currently have seven. This is What? I shut around here. Anyways, some of these are just like I'm not actually watching, but whatever. So, My Hero Academia season 5, I feel like is here. I can zoom in. Watch this. I have the power. My Hero Academia season 5 has actually been really good. Um, like I think this is easily by far the best season. It's actually not like, oh, let's just train for 24 episodes, or oh, I don't sports festival for 24 episodes or something like that. I feel like this is definitely I value it a lot more because they're actually looking into the characters, like the villain league and stuff like that. Um, I don't think I ever gave My Hero an 8, but yeah, this I think definitely deserves it. And now I'm in a predicament where I can't get back. Whatever, dude. No, not completed. Um, Bokutachi, Bokutachi no Remake is this is honestly a pretty good show, but I don't I don't like the main character. The premise of this is this guy. There's a lot of time traveling recently that I've been watching. I don't know why it just sort of happened, but this guy he's 28 years old and he just suddenly goes back to 10 years in the past. He just wakes up for whatever reason. And he basically, instead of going to his other school that he went to, he goes into art school. And I really like this show. But like I said before, the main character, not the biggest fan of him. He's really generic. I don't know. I think still got a couple more episodes left, but overall, I really like the overall show. And this the went in a really weird direction. Like obviously, you're changing the past, so we'd expect things to change, the future to change. But it actually showed that. It didn't show him just like, oh, remake our life. It actually sent him back, and he's married to one of his dorm mates, dorm members. It's actually I, I did not expect that. So that's going pretty well. This is definitely probably the like sleeper hit for uh this seasonal anime. This the Ida Ten Deities Only Know Peace. This is actually a very good show. The animation is really good. Very unique, and the whole premise and the way the show is laid out is very good. Uh, the the Ida Ten are basically gods, and they're like waging wars against demons and stuff, and it's a very odd show, but it's very refreshing. Very refreshing. Good set of characters. They're all pretty interesting. Opening and ending on this are amazing. Like really good opening and ending. Would definitely recommend that show. Uh, watching? Why am I currently watching? It does not show this on the app. Jahi-sama, I don't know how I feel about this show quite yet. The latest episode this is a 20 episode show, by the way. I don't know how, because this is literally, I think there might have been a manga or a light novel or something, but the most people know this character from is literally just a Twitter account. Most people just know this Jahi-sama. They know her from just this guy on Twitter. I think I'll definitely keep watching it to the end, but basically it's very lighthearted. It doesn't take itself too seriously, but definitely more comedy focused. But Jahi-sama accidentally, or I guess whatever, the Dark Realm gets destroyed, and she was the second in command. And all of a sudden she gets thrown into the human world, and then it's just it's like her, trying to barely pay rent and living, trying to just make ends meet while restoring the Dark Realm. It's okay as of right now. I give it a 7 because it's not quite a 6, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But as of right now, it's definitely not the best show this season, but it's okay. And then what else we got? Dragon Maid. Dragon Maid this season it is so good. It is just, every single episode is like 23 minutes of pure bliss. The opening is one of the best I've ever seen. I watch it like twice per episode, and the same with the ending. It is just so incredibly good. I feel like this over the previous season, which it's been a long time since I've watched the first season of Dragon Maid, but I feel like this is just, it's so good. It is so good. The highlight so far was the conflict or reconciliation with Elma and Toru. It has been so good. This show, if you haven't seen this show, I don't understand how people can't like this, to be honest with you. It is like so close to a perfect show. It is honestly incredible. And that with the great animation, it's just so good. Can't recommend it enough. What else we got here? This I just started watching yesterday. I read the synopsis and I'm like, oh, I'll like this. I know I'll like this. I have a soft spot for shows that are really that are slower paced. It doesn't have to be slower paced, but I kind of like that. And that are like really focused on the characters and like overcoming problems and whatnot. But yeah, this is, I don't know, a high school student that moved to Tokyo to be an idol, which apparently is normal, I guess. She basically gets fired from her idol career and then literally just flies to Okinawa just like on a whim, because that was her dream, and all of her dream is shattered. And she finds another person who is struggling to keep her dream alive, which is keeping an aquarium open that's supposed to close in a couple of months. And so far so good. It's been a pretty good show. It's definitely not like, definitely has some flaws. If I'd have to sit down and think about like, okay, what don't I really like about the show? But it's a pretty easy watch. And it's really funny that the main character is like the least like main character looking. Like all of these characters look really like, oh, which one's the main character? You would not guess her. So I kind of find that funny. But yeah, so far so good. And this is just, it's a 24 episode anime. So I definitely think like, if I didn't know there was 24 episodes, and I thought we were like at the climax on episode 7. So they're probably going to do a lot with this show. So I'm assuming it'll probably get even better as the show goes on and gets to those 24 episodes. And then last, but I don't remember what is, it is definitely least, Tokyo Revengers. I don't know why this show has an 8.26, to be honest with you. I started off this show kind of pretty good. I definitely had problems with it for the first, like, probably first 6 or 7 episodes. It was pretty good. Had my problems with it, but whatever. But as it went on, I was just sort of, the show draws things out, and this is a 24 episode show that I think could definitely be like 13 episodes. I don't think that this show has to be 24 episodes. And there's probably going to be a second season, and it's probably going to go on forever. But yeah, basically another time travel. But this one is kind of, I don't know. It's somehow like less interesting than the like Bokotachi no remake. But this guy shakes hands with this one guy, and then he goes back in time. Is it 12 years, 11 years? I don't know, something like that. 12 years, yeah. Specifically on that day, 12 years ago. And he's attempting to save his ex-girlfriend that he just sort of drifted apart with, and her brother. My problems with the show is that it's so exaggerated. Like, people are like punching people into walls, and these are like middle schoolers. It's so like overblown. I'm not really a big fan of that. And literally, it will take an episode and a half to get like one task done. Something that you would legitimately expect to be about 10 to 15 minutes, it takes like 37. It's crazy. So that's my main problem. I just find myself like pressing my right arrow key a lot in this show. It's just like it just beats around the bush a lot. So I honestly don't know how this has an 8.26, but probably in the I don't know. So for me, I don't even know if I'll finish this show, but it's a whatever. We'll see. It's very dramatic too, and even for someone like me who likes drama, this is like, it is a lot. It is a lot of drama. So yeah, this is the most anime I've watched in a long time. 7 shows, and I've just been like finding shows, and then watching them with these like 6 or 7 shows that I've been watching. So yeah, definitely this seasonal is, some people are watching a lot right now, but probably my favorite is definitely like Dragon Maid, and then like Dragon Maid's definitely my favorite. Then Ida-ten Boku no Remake. Ida-ten Boku no Remake, and then like Aquatope. I think those are like tied for second, and then everything else just whatever. Okay. So who knows? Maybe I'll do this every season. I say that, but who actually knows if I'll still be watching this much anime per season next season. I now have to upload a 14-minute 1440p video to YouTube.